All I
stuff.
had prepared today was the Conor McGregor fight.
That's really good stuff. We each have a one-liner. That's the entire story, and we'll call it a day.
I have a short would you rather.
Okay. I'm going to play...
I want to do my Pat story.
I gave up on the Pat Cooper story. All right, here we go.
Okay.
You can tell the Pat Cooper story on the Nick show when I'm on.
Hello, baby. Hello, nasty. Hello, baby. Hello. I say hello. Hello, friend. Well, hello, little girl. Hello, my treacherous friends. Hello, operator. The beginning of everything. Welcome back, my friends. It's showtime.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 277 of The Brink of Sanity. I am Jay, and with me is Marc and Bry.
Hello.
What's going on?
All right. That was energetic and awesome opening.
Awesome opening. It's great. We always nail those openings. Everyone's like, we don't really like the content of the show, but the openings blow us away. We usually just put the opening on repeat.
That would explain
I'm sorry I'm a little down. I just found out we're all going to die soon, so...
Oh.
Okay. Once we all lose our health insurance.
Oh, yes. Well, hang on. When someone tells you they're going to die, shouldn't you just be like, we're all going to die? You shouldn't feel sad about that.
That's usually what I say.
You're just going to go sooner than the rest of us. What's the big deal?
Bri, you say, I hope I die soon.
20...
It's true, I do. But I'm all talk. Like, as soon as I get cancer, I'm going to be crying like a little bitch. Like, oh, I don't want to die. I have, well, nothing to live for, but that's beside the point.
There's a group of Americans I want to talk about right now. So in the houses are planned for health care, 24 million people lose their health insurance. But the Senate's plan, only 22 million people lose their health insurance. So let's talk about those 2 million people that are really hoping for the Senate version, not the House version. I'm fine with the Senate plan. I mean, those guys that lose their health insurance, they're assholes. The House plan goes too far.
This is just a mess. A complete mess.
It would really just be easier if the Republicans just came out and said, we want to kill poor people, and we're going to just kill poor people, and we're just going to do it in like the next 3 weeks.
But in some kind of odd way, like the people that are most hurt by Trump care are the people that voted for him.
And they'll vote for him again.
Yeah.
But it's also the people that put him over the edge. They voted for Obama last time, they voted for Trump this time, said, I'd prefer, instead of having Obamacare, I'd prefer nothing. I don't know. I was watching C-SPAN of all exciting channels, and some woman called up. They were discussing Obamacare and like Trump care, and she goes this whole long thing about how she has cancer and basically Obamacare saved her life. And the people at C-SPAN are like, yeah, so that would go away.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. They were not trying to be, they were trying to avoid. There was she went this whole long thing. There was yeah, so that's going to be an issue.
Is this our new thing? We open up with politics to get everybody in a not funny mood, and then we go into the funny stuff. We did this last week too.
Okay. Hey, you know what? So here's something that bugs me.
Well, Jay, if you don't like it, we can replace you with someone else.
I mean, I probably should. The all-time highest downloaded episode.
So I've noticed they have certain products. Like everything has to be like a special. Now they have you can buy all these high-end socks. Do you guys own high-end socks?
The highest end socks I own have a little
stronger
part in the heel. That's about it.
Oh, you actually own a high-end sock?
Is that a high-end sock? I don't know. They're white, but they're white socks, and then they're gray in the toes and the heel to make it a little stronger so you don't rip them.
In Japan, I bought a pair of socks that look like a pair of Converse sneakers. Does that count as high-end, or is that just rad?
Did you buy them at 7-Eleven, or?
I bought everything at 7-Eleven. I didn't leave 7-Eleven the whole time.
Could I just camp out here? In the 7-Eleven in Japan, you could just live there. You terrible 7-Eleven in America. Well, so there's a new. I've been hearing this commercial on a different podcast actually, called MeUndies. Have you heard the commercial from MeUndies?
Apparently, every podcast who has more than 20 listeners gets a MeUndies sponsorship.
Well, I actually know we have more than 20 listeners. Why don't we get MeUndies?
We should probably ask them. I think all you have to do is ask, and they do it because it goes by downloads.
Well, ask.
Why
but
do I have to do everything?
What am I going to do something?
Yeah. You're not studying for the CPA.
I'm not exactly.
But you're still not going to pass it, even if you're not studying.
So listen.
Yeah, we've passed the same amount of parts so far. So.
Right.
Yeah. Mark could do just as well as you.
Yeah, actually, Jay, we're even. How long have you been studying for?
I'm quitting the show.
I want to talk about MeUndies. They're supposed to be the softest underwear, and then on like the pitch for them, like they're like, you don't have those store-bought like scratchy underwear. We're gonna have the softest underwear. Have you ever worn your underwear and be like, wow, my underwear are like incomplete?
Yeah, I don't have any skin between my waist and my knees because my underwear just scratches them off.
Would you guys buy a high-end pair of underwear?
No, I'm not stupid.
No.
I might as well buy a pair of Beats headphones while I'm at it.
Well, I have an idea. I just thought of this. As talk about undies, we should start. I have a business for the show. We should be the Netflix of underwear. You wear your underwear for a few weeks and you send it back to us, and we send you new underwear.
Oh, I thought you meant we would just buy all different brands and review them.
Oh, no. I meant like you can wear underwear, send it to us, and we send you different underwear worn by other people.
You could take care of that, Mark.
I'm trying to think of the most disgusting, like the worst possible like company you can come up with.
In Japan, you could buy women's used underwear in vending machines on the street.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Jay actually bought some.
I want to know who puts them in there. That's what I want to know.
Would you pay extra to get female undies that were MeUndies?
No, I don't get the whole. I think it's a scam.
What do you think? What's the scam about it?
It's probably
the MeUndies or the women's undies.
The MeUndies. It's probably
put out by Alex Jones.
It's probably just soft underwear that they tell you is like, Egyptian cotton or whatever, and they charge you 10 times the price when it's really just like slightly softer underwear than like the generic Hanes.
I don't know. Everything they try to make everything high end. Like it's like when you walk by. Have you seen that shaving store they have in the city? Like the high end shit, like just shaving store.
Oh, where they have like a single razor blade, and they like do it like the 1930s.
No, I don't mean like a barber, but like there's stores that are just devoted to shaving.
Oh, I have not seen that.
Oh, I forgot the name, but like they're just like the
Art
whole
of
store.
Shaving, that place.
Art of Shaving, yes,
Yeah.
the Art of Shaving.
They have one at the casino. I've walked by. I've never seen anybody in it.
Yeah, how like this is more baffling to me than like Yankee Candle. At least some people buy a candle every once in a while. Who goes in there? Do you like would you what's the Dollar Shave Club? Would you ever subscribe to that?
No.
They're worth $1 billion.
Yeah.
They got sold for $1 billion. I cannot believe people use these things.
Yeah, I don't know. I get it for them because they make like 5 million% profit on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I get how the company makes it. I just can't believe people are like, it'd be great if I can get my razors by subscription service.
Right.
It just seems so weird.
Yeah.
Like it's like, your magazine's here, your newspaper's here, your razor blades are here. I don't know. How do you guys shave?
I just use an electric shaver.
What do you do? What do you do, Bri?
I shave like once a week.
Yeah,
just
me too.
with a regular razor.
I just use the Mach 3, which I kind of like. You guys want to play some Would You Rathers before the show dies?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Unless you guys had something else to talk about.
No, I was. I've been watching a lot of Shark Tank. And
I like that show.
And you're right. They do have the every episode is like a high end version of something stupid. I saw high end socks. I saw high end bow ties. They have like high end like granola bars.
They have some stuff that's pretty good, but then the rest of it is just like, who the fuck cares?
Yeah, like everyone's like, there's sometimes there are ideas where you're like, wow, those people are geniuses, and then you're like, wow, this is retarded. Like, what kind of moron would come up? Oh, they got an investment. I'm an idiot.
And
somebody bought it.
They're like instant millionaires too.
I bought a couple things. I bought this. What was it? It was a sponge that's a happy face. And on the show, on the commercial, or not the commercial, on Shark Tank, if you put the happy face in cold water, it becomes really rough and like you can like, I guess, get like a grime off of like pots and pans, like whatever. And if you make it hot, it becomes soft. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. I bought it. It's just a regular sponge. There's no difference between it, and it's just the happy face. There's no goddamn difference.
But it probably costs a lot of money.
Yeah, like you get like 20 sponges for $5. You get one for $5.
Well, I saw they had some cake. I think it was like Cakes by Melissa and Daisy Cakes. And everyone who ate it said it was like the best cake they ever had in their life. So I go on the site and I'm like, my dad's birthday's coming up. He likes cake. I'll get him a cake. So I go on the site. It's like one normal size cake is like $56 with $17 shipping. And I'm like, I'm not paying $70 for a cake.
Who is sending them stuff? Who's doing this?
People are doing
it. Are the Sharks just spending $1 billion on each product? Like Mark Cuban just goes, to get the show going, I'm gonna buy 100 million of the Daisy Cakes. They're secretly buying their own products. It doesn't make any sense. Like, do you know anyone that goes online and sends their relatives a $70 cake?
No, but like every time I see a cool looking product on Shark Tank, I look on the website and it's like 5 times the price of what you would pay for like a similar item.
I saw one that I liked. It was a belt that looked like a business suit belt, but it was stretchable, and it was just like a spandex belt that looked like a business belt. And I was like, yes, now I don't have to feel bad about myself with like belt loops. It'll just expand, and that would be much better.
Right, now you could stop running and just get fat.
Yeah, exactly. that works for me. I always feel like belts are always like, remember when I was up to the 4th belt loop? Now I'm on the 2nd belt loop. I'm never going to get back to the 4th belt loop. I'm just going to feel bad about myself every time I put this belt on.
Just buy a bigger belt. That's what I did.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
I bought a bigger belt. All of a sudden, I was at the last one. I was like, hey, how about that?
Look who's a skinny guy.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden, I was at the first one. I'm like, oh, shit. That didn't work.
I always thought belts are just about bringing shame to yourself. Every day I get dressed and I have that moment of shame when I can't do the belt loop I used to be able to do.
Belts are do your pants fall off if you don't have a belt? I feel like belts are one of the most pointless items to put on.
No, you know why I don't think belts are pointless? Because I put on a tie after a belt, and then I'm like, I look at the belt, I'm like, belt, you make so much more sense than this stupid piece of felt that's hanging from my neck.
Do you have to wear a tie to work?
No, I don't. I actually I wear shorts and a t-shirt to work.
We started tie Thursdays at work.
You started no tie Thursdays?
No, we started wearing tie on Thursdays.
Why would you wear a tie?
So when we want to job hunt, we'll just set up the interviews for Thursdays.
Is that for
Smart.
real?
Yeah.
We started business professional Tuesdays.
Yeah.
We started Hangover Fridays.
We started Wednesday. You just walk around with a copy of your resume in a leather binder.
Yeah, exactly. And you take 2-hour lunches.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta think ahead, man.
No, my office is unless I'm meeting with clients, I can wear whatever I want. So I actually wear a t-shirt. I wear a t-shirt and shorts to work.
Oh, I hate you
other
so
people,
much.
Other people look at me like I'm going to like summer camp. They're like, "What the fuck are you wearing?" Some people have to get. They're like, "You're going to work." I'm like, "Yeah." I thought you were unemployed. No, I have a job.
That's disgusting. New York City subways, when it's like 90 degrees out, and you're wearing like the button-down shirt and the dress pants, it's the worst.
I had to go across town the other day. I had to put on dress up to meet someone. I had to walk across town. It was so goddamn hot. I was like, how do regular people do this? This is awful.
Oh, it's the worst.
It really is.
I've begged my work. I was like, can I wear shorts? I was like, I will be so much nicer and more pleasant to be around if I was in shorts because I'd be so much more comfortable. And it just kept getting shot down.
Are you guys meeting with at work? Are you guys meeting with high-end client? Are you is there anything you're doing during your day that would necessitate you really being dressed up for?
I'm not even allowed to
I don't even really dress up. I mean,
I'm not even allowed to talk to high-end coworkers. They keep me in a corner.
Every now and then I'll have to meet with a client, like if somebody pops in for something or whatever. But I mean, I'm up at the front sometimes and clients come in. But I mean, yeah, I don't,
But for the most part, if you were wearing a t-shirt and shorts, would you do would it affect your job? I mean, outside they've been firing you, but like. I mean,
I would do my job a lot better because I'd be comfortable because my office is so fucking stuffy.
Why don't they let people wear t-shirts and shorts to work? Like, what is the point of being dressed up for work?
If a client happened to walk past your office, which has literally happened 0 times ever, they would be like, "What an unprofessional atmosphere."
They're like, "Jay, what if a giant bank all comes in here and just wants to say, hey, let's find the Jay, and then we find you, and you're not dressed up, and we lose that giant client. That's why you have to be dressed up today, Jay."
And every day for the rest of your miserable life.
I think it's one of these like weird rituals that we do to ourselves, like wearing a tie or even wearing a suit. It's just like so stupid.
But then women come in with like tank tops and shorts, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like why? You know what we should do? You should go to work and just say, "I'm going to be a woman this summer," and they're like, "Jay, you're not dressing appropriately. You're violating my civil rights."
I identify as a woman only from May through September.
Oh, so I got something about this. So I ride the Long Island Railroad, and you can buy like a monthly pass for Long Island Railroad.
For like, what is it, like $800?
I think the one it's $262 for the month, which is ridiculous, right?
Yeah, but that's still less than I thought. I thought it was a lot more. Oh well, you're a lot closer to the city. I think from like my parents' place, it's like $600-700.
Well, don't you like? Aren't you closer to London than you are to like Europe than you are to New York City?
What, my parents?
Yeah, you guys live so goddamn far out there.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's
in a different time zone.
So anyway, so a lot of times, like when my wife will work from Long Island a lot, but once in a while she goes in the city, and a lot of times when she goes in the city, the Long Island Road sucks. Sometimes we just like if she goes in, I'll work from home, and so I will give her my train ticket, and so she can use it, so we like get away with not having to like her get like another ticket. Make sense?
Yeah.
So I get a monthly, and sometimes I'll share it with her. So, but they have in the monthly tickets, like they have M and F, and they'll like mark it to say if it's a guy or a girl who are buying the tickets. And so my wife was on the train. Have you not seen this?
No, I've never gotten a monthly. I always get one way or round trip.
If I can interrupt this exciting story for 1 second, LeVar Ball is on Monday Night Raw right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
I'm already sick of that guy, and
hopefully he'll get beat up.
We're going to be seeing this guy for the next 10 years.
He's literally the Black Trump, isn't he?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, he and nothing he will do, no matter how annoying, will take 22 million people's health care away.
I was so hoping that the Lakers were going to trade him after they picked him.
Oh, that would have been so funny. I was really hoping for that too.
So anyway, my wife tried to use the ticket, and it was marked as M for male, and she got called out, and the guy was like, "You're not male. You're trying to use your like." Apparently the guy like went off on her and had a huge scene in the train about how like you're not supposed to do this. Like this is illegal. You shouldn't be trying to break the law by trying to pass the tickets. And my wife was just like, it was, and everyone in the train basically, because Long Island Railroad was such a disaster, everyone was just booing the guy and telling the guy like to shut the hell up.
Good, he should. That's so stupid.
So anyway,
so you paid for the month and you're clearly not on the train. So like the same amount of rides is being used. It's not like you're like printing up extra tickets or something.
But in theory, the tickets only I'm buying it. It should be for me. She should have to buy a separate ticket. In theory.
Not really.
So anyway,
I didn't know that like tickets. I thought you just buy like a thing, like a card and get tickets on. I didn't know there was like names and shit involved.
Well, when you buy a monthly pass, they try to prevent sharing by marking off.
Yeah, but it's the same theory as if I bought a single ride and then handed it to my girlfriend and they got mad at her.
Just be like, oh yeah, well I grabbed my husband's and he must have mine somewhere. So
hang on 1 second. So apparently the public advocate. You know what the public advocate is in New York City? Have you heard of the public advocate?
No.
It's an official office in New York City. And the whole point is that the office is supposed to try to protect consumer rights. And apparently, you know who he's speaking out about now?
Mm-hmm.
He said there's transgender bias in the M or F on the LIRR passes. It's unfair just to have an M or an F because you're discriminating against people who are transgender. My wife and I will be so happy to join the lawsuit.
Wait, but I don't. But they
because you can mark off because the person on the screen will mark off an M, and the person will be like, "Well, I really consider myself a woman." They should, and the person makes the judgment about them. And you're violating. They feel like you're violating people's rights.
He assumed a gender.
Yes. So this is just like the bathroom incident, except for like even dumber.
That's what your wife should have said. How dare you assume my gender?
Well, I just think this would be so great if the LIRR gets like they have to take the M and the F away because of like transgender people. Somehow transgender people benefit us. Like we can from now on share our train ticket because of transgender rights.
30 days later, the LIRR goes bankrupt because everyone's swapping tickets.
It'd be like it's also like if you're in a gay family, like if I had a husband, me and my husband could share the tickets all we want because you don't mark that off. You're just discriminating against straight people.
That is also a good point.
Yeah. I just found this story to be hilarious. I immediately told my wife, who like cracked up when I told her this story. It's so wonderful. And now when they call us out, and we're going to be like, what about the transgendered? We feel this is a civil rights issue on the train right now. We're trying to bring this up because we're Rosa Parks.
So, yesterday at work, we were all leaving a team meeting, and this one guy I work with was walking down the hall and he's looking into his phone, and he sees a story, and he goes, "Wow!" And the next thing he knows, the president of the department comes into his office and says that one of the female managers said he was harassing her because he was walking behind her and said, "Wow." So basically, the ego on this bitch thinks that he couldn't handle it walking 2 feet behind her and just had to yell out "wow" because she's so hot.
You know, it'd be great if thereafter he just pretended to be reading stories on his phone and he'd be like, "Damn, that's a hot ass." She'd be like, "What? I'm reading a story about hot asses on my phone. What do you? I'm not referring to you."
I mean, like that old Family Guy joke. Nice Hooters, Peter. I'm holding Hooters.
Yeah. I mean,
meanwhile, Lonzo Ball doesn't have a shirt on in the middle of the ring.
Of course.
And
Laker fans must be so proud.
The crowd basically looks like they're sleeping. I can't tell what's going on. I just put the closed captioning on, but it looks like the most boring thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's every wrestling. Every time I turn it on, everyone's just standing around talking.
You still watch wrestling, Bri?
No, I just saw on Twitter that he was on, so I put it on to see what it was all about.
Like, how is it? I feel like at some point people have to just like get bored of this. How are the storylines keep going in wrestling? It's the same like, you were on my team, now you're a traitor, and blah blah blah, and we're gonna fight to the whatever
on this pay-per-view event next month.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all. That's what I really don't get. Every single wrestling match is just a commercial for their pay-per-view.
Yeah, and they have like weekly matches, like the Raw show, and yet nothing happens to them until they have the pay-per-view. Oh my God, we're gonna have the greatest fight, and we're gonna talk about that greatest fight we're ever gonna have for the next 6 weeks. But then you'll have to pay $50 to find out what happened.
Because
there used to be one pay-per-view, then there was 4. Now there's one like every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Are there really?
Yeah. Yeah. Now
there used to be SummerSlam, WrestleMania,
Survivor
Royal
Series.
Rumble, and
yeah. I followed up to that point.
Survivor Series.
What else do they have now?
Well, now they have one like every like 3. I don't know, every like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Are they cheaper?
It's like UFC. It's like on every fucking day.
Yeah.
So there's a UFC fighter that's going to fight Floyd Mayweather. We were just talking about that before the show. Who's the guy fighting?
Conor McGregor.
It's the most annoying white guy in the world versus the most annoying black guy in the world.
Are they fighting UFC style or boxing?
No, they're boxing.
Boxing.
So
literally, the only way you could get me to watch that fight is if you can guarantee that the loser gets killed in the middle of the ring by the winner. That'd be the only way I'd ever watch it.
Right, isn't that like for most things in life, though? The only way I'd watch that presidential debate is
like I would only watch that if I knew somebody was going to die. Like if the point of the match was to kill the other person, I would probably watch it.
Okay, so like, just to be fair, Floyd Mayweather is one of the greatest boxers in the world. Conor McGregor is not a boxer.
He's a loudmouth asshole.
Shouldn't that fight be over within 30 seconds if it's a real fight?
No, he's one of the best UFC fighters in the world, and they do have, they do box in UFC.
And what's his name isn't like an offensive boxer. All he does is like just wear the other guy out.
Yeah, boxing is different when it's like Mayweather is, he wins on points. He doesn't knock out a lot of people.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. But I still think Floyd Mayweather can go in for the kill if he needs to go in for the kill.
I don't.
I have to say, I've never seen this Conor McGregor guy, but I'm assuming Floyd Mayweather is so much faster than him, it'll be a joke of a fight.
Well, it's speed versus strength. I mean, Conor McGregor's used to taking like knees to the head. I doubt like the fists are really going to affect him that much.
I doubt Conor McGregor is going to be able to touch him. Mayweather's going to be so much faster than him. If McGregor was fighting Mayweather in a UFC fight, I would pick McGregor, but it's boxing. There's no way he has. I will bet whatever you guys want to bet right now that Mayweather just wipes the floor.
I like how you're so confident about a guy you've never seen and didn't even know the name of until 5 seconds ago.
Oh, McGregor's not going to win, but it'll probably be like, what is it, 10 rounds? It'll probably be just like a decision.
No way. This will not go to decision. Mayweather, it will be a knockout.
Mayweather never punches anyone.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying about defensive boxing, but Mayweather can punch. He will crush him. I
hope he kills him. I hope he kills him dead in the ring like Apollo Creed.
He might do that. It's Mayweather's sport. Like, he is really good at boxing. I understand his points and all that, but you're not going to hit him. And Conor, how fast is Conor? I've never seen this guy, so I don't even know anything about him. But how fast could he possibly be? He's not as fast as Mayweather is at boxing. There's no. It just seems to be absurd. It'd be like Tim Tebow playing baseball.
I
don't know. You guys don't think it's ridiculous? I'll tell you some ridiculous things. You guys want to do some?
I mean, the whole thing is stupid. Yeah, but I don't think. I mean, I don't think it. I don't think I'll knock him out.
I mean, in 20 years, Mayweather has about 4 knockouts to his career.
Is it that bad? Really?
Yeah, I'm looking at his thing right now.
That's really. I don't understand. Like, how do you watch boxing if no one's going to knock each other out?
He has a couple TKOs, but if you count just straight knockouts, he has 4.
Okay, I'm going to say TKO in the second round, and only because Mayweather will throw the first round just to keep it interesting.
Wow. Okay.
But when's the fight?
August.
Okay. So is it going to be the day before or day after Jay finds out he failed the exam?
Let's see, it's August 26th. It'll be 4 days after.
Okay, I got some would you rathers, guys.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Would you rather lose 15 pounds or have the superpower that allows you to sneeze on command?
Why would I want to sneeze on command?
Yeah, sneezing's terrible. I hate sneezing.
No, I know, but I'm just saying this is your superpower. Your superpower is that you have the ability to sneeze whenever you want, or you lose 15 pounds.
No, lose 15 pounds.
I'll take the 15 pounds.
You don't think we all the sneeze?
I could carry pepper around in my pocket if I need to sneeze.
Although I would take the superpower to be able to instantly lose 12 pounds over losing 15 pounds.
How's this one? 20 pounds, or you have the superpower to make anyone else sneeze. That's a pretty cool superpower.
That's a little closer because I see somebody honking or being an asshole. I could just make him have a sneezing fit and crash.
Yeah, I didn't actually think it would result in death, but if you want to actually have someone die...
I'll still take the 15 pounds. You're going to have to do better than that.
He upped it to 20. He upped it to 20.
Oh, I'll take the 20.
I don't know. Be able to sneeze? Your boss is like, Bri, you have to stay late. Sneeze. Achoo, later.
I'll still have to stay late, probably.
Yeah, I would go with the 20, but that one's close.
Jay, how much you got in your investment account? We got $15,000, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, go take your investment tip of the week in a second. But would you rather lose all $15,000 in your investment account, or have your your girlfriend, catch you pleasuring yourself to an episode of SpongeBob, and then you'd have to admit that this is not the first time? So either lose the $15,000 or admit to your girlfriend you jack off to SpongeBob.
Jacking off.
Bri?
Am I losing Jay's money or my money?
Jay's money.
I'd rather lose Jay's money.
Would you rather? What if it was your money, Bri?
I go with the SpongeBob.
Okay. And my last would you rather? And then I have another question after this. But would you rather be accused of having child porn on your work computer, but be found innocent 1 year later, or go to jail for 3 months for breaking and entering, and you are actually guilty of that, and you need to explain it for the rest of your life.
Child porn.
I don't know.
Why am I only getting 3 months?
I don't know. You get 3 because I want to make it a small amount. A month. You get a month in prison. A month in prison, but you have to check off guilty of an actual crime, and you have to explain to people why you committed breaking and entering, or you have to tell everyone the rest of your life, no. After that year, I was found innocent.
I don't know if I could survive a month in jail.
Yeah, I know. That was my reasoning.
Could you survive a year of people thinking that you committed that you're into child porn, and then after the year's up, people still thinking it because no one listens to what actually happened?
Well, that doesn't concern me that much because I don't know that many people, so nobody would really believe it because of how much I hate kids.
No, you'd be like one of those guys that like hates gay people but secretly into gay people. Okay. And this is not really a would you rather, but if you're Bri.
Yeah.
All right, can you pretend for this question to like your girlfriend?
Okay.
Okay. What if you came home one day and your girlfriend or your significant other said they wanted to become a man, and they wanted to go through the surgery, and this is secretly something they really wanted to do?
Do this one already?
No. Would you stay with them?
No.
Okay. Jay, would you stay with your girl? You've been with her for a long, long time. Would you stay with her? She said she wanted to become a man?
Like she's getting the surgery?
Yeah, I don't think they can actually give her a dick, but everything they can do to make her a man.
No, they can.
Okay, so your girlfriend gets the dick.
Yeah, so long for that.
Okay, and then the reverse. Do you think your significant others would stay with you if you became a woman?
No.
No.
Okay, that's all I got for the show.
You want to do a few questions?
Did I tell you that? So I went to read a book in my son's class, and I went running before I was going to go to the class. We had it was a little birthday thing for my son who was about to turn 6.
Were you invited?
Yeah. So I went. My wife and I went to go to this class, and you for their kid's birthday, you read a book and you do a little stuff for it. Anyway, so I went for a run. And it was a pretty hot day. It was like last week.
And you fell and you showed up to class all bloody.
You didn't fall again, did you?
No. So I run for the run. I go take a shower, get dressed, and I actually had to go to a business meeting afterwards. So I had to be actually dressed up. I go to the class, and the room is kind of they don't have AC in the room. My son had picked this book out for me, which is this really, really long Dr. Seuss book. I was dripping with sweat as I read this book because I was reading it, but I was still sweating from my run. And I'm looking at my wife to hey, give me a tissue. I'm covered in goddamn sweat. The kids are all like, you're sweating a lot. I know I'm sweating. And I'm reading this long book.
Are they actually pointing it out to you?
Yeah, they pointed it out to me. And even the teacher was like, do you need a tissue? I'm like, yes, I need a tissue. They're like, that's a really long book. I'm like, I can't believe I just sweated the entire. I was soaking in sweat while I was reading this book because it was really hot. And I was just had not stopped I don't know. My heart has not stopped from the running. So one of those childhood moments for my son that'll leave him in therapy.
That's funny. Not as funny as if you went for
Broke
a run
my
and
nose.
came in bloody. Yeah, that would have been really funny.
That would be awful. I came in there remember? They'd be like, remember that time it was Zach's birthday and a monster came in to read us a book? Let's do some questions.
Lorenzo writes, hey guys, it's office bitching time. So I sit next to this Indian lady who is known as the stereotypical quiet Indian, but in reality she sits on the phone to her friends most of the day while doing her work. So all I hear is Indian gibbering in my left ear all day. She just got back from maternity leave, so that's half the problem. Those women are useless. I don't want to dob her in. It should be obvious to everybody, but it's effing annoying. Any ideas?
Wait, what happened?
Well, basically, she's on the phone all day. It's a shared office, and this lady is just yakking away on the phone, which could be annoying.
Can you tell her to shut the hell up?
I don't think you can, but I think you are going to have to go to a manager and tell them to make her shut up. Or HR or something. You're going to have to talk to somebody about that. You can't, because that's a sticky situation.
Jay, Let's cut to it. Let's see how it goes. Jay, you're in my office again. God forbid you're in my office again. What do you want, you servant?
We have a shared office, so I'm in here every day. If you haven't noticed.
Oh God, you have to be back here again. I'm trying to be on the phone all day. Why are you in here with me?
Yeah. See that other computer? That's mine. How are you not understanding this?
Listen, you have to be here. How long are you going to be here for?
9 to 5, Monday through Friday.
Can you just switch it from 5 to 9? Thank you for agreeing. I'll see you at 5.
You smell like curry.
And racist scene.
I didn't say it. Lorenzo said that.
Okay.
So, yeah, that is really annoying. Not as annoying as getting accused of sexually harassing your manager, but like my coworker did.
Do you think it's like jeans with holes in them? Like, are they cool again?
Apparently, because it's like every store has them. I don't think they're cool. Like it used to be when your jeans had holes in them, you threw them out.
Yeah.
So
now you buy them at vintage stores or whatever for like $200.
So my jeans, I have a couple pairs of jeans, and like for whatever reason, the jeans I bought, all these Gap jeans, the knees seem to wear out, which make your jokes. And they have holes in the knees. And I was saying to my wife, well, now that holy jeans are in, my jeans are cool. And she's like, those aren't cool jeans. What are you talking about? You do not look cool with those holes. But I feel like I should qualify as cool now. I'm hip because my jeans have holes in them.
I got a pair where the knees were pre-worn out, and it turned into a little rip, which I guess was still okay. But then it turned into, like, I could fit my entire foot through it, and I just had to throw the pants away. And I'm like, if it didn't have pre-worn out knees, that wouldn't have happened, and I could still be wearing those pants.
Yeah, I think these jeans must have pre-worn out. Like, I bought a couple pairs of all the same jeans, and I like the jeans, and all the knees were worn out.
Yeah, that's like the new cool look, but it makes the jeans last like 1/10 as long. It's a scam.
I'm just gonna wear them with the holes.
I did for a while, but then it got comically big.
That's pretty bad. Yeah, no, mine haven't got comically big, but they're all like every one of them like develops a hole. I've never had jeans that develop a hole in the knee so much. It's all that blowing bri.
Mm-hmm. Alan writes, "Hi guys, I'm sending in some email questions this week. Have you guys ever had a gay man hit on you? I recently did. I told him I was not interested, but I thanked him for finding me sexy." And that is the appropriate response, Alan.
Like 3 times in the past like week and a half, like I've gone somewhere and the gay guys, like I've gone to like a store, like to pick up food or like a store or something, and the cashier or whatever was gay, and they clearly were like flirting with me, like like at least 3 times in the last week and a half.
Brian, the community, you're considered a bear.
Well, thank you.
What did the guy say to you? Do you want paper? Do you want paper or plastic? And you're like, I'm not a sex animal.
I mean, he was just clearly talking to me more than he was talking to like the other people that were like there, like in line before me or after me.
Are you sure? Are you just pretending?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I'm pretending. I just sort of brushed it off and left and went home and cried.
Hang on. So these little ants, they're like in my office, and now the ant ran into the key, like where the key, like where I'm typing. The ants like went in there.
You have ants in your keyboard?
If ants in my keyboard, I have ants that might be living in my keyboard.
So you bought this house, and it's filled with ants, and your water heater explodes and floods your basement.
Yeah, don't you want to own a house?
This sounds like a great investment.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wonderful investment that I'll have for the rest of my life.
I feel like that's like the house I was supposed to buy. Like these are all Jay stories.
You know, I showed up to work the other day, and I walk in. I'm the only one there, and there was a giant dead cockroach on the floor.
Burn the house down.
This is at work.
Oh, work. Burn the building down. I
might have. And I'm like, and I had to get rid of the cockroach myself, and I was like, am I happy that the cockroach, like, I guess it's better that it's dead, but what even killed it?
That's the scary part. Cockroaches survive everything. You got some toxic fumes going on in that office.
Like, what's going on in my office that can kill a cockroach, but I'm still barely alive? I'm like, I don't feel good. I don't know why.
Maybe that's why you're tripping over your own feet.
It could be, maybe.
Have you ever had a gay guy hit on you, Mark?
Do you count?
That was a good one.
I don't think so. I can't really. No. I went to the gay bar for your birthday once, and that's true.
Yeah, that is true.
Brian, you know that Jay had a. There's another aunt. Holy fuck.
No.
That Jay had a birthday drinks at a gay bar. He we invited all and he only invited dudes to the bar.
Oh.
I didn't know.
Jay,
I didn't know it was a gay bar.
It was I think the bar was called the Big Cock, and but Jay thought it was all about like they served chicken sandwiches or something.
I am a big fan of birds.
No, I don't think I don't think gay guys find me appealing. Unfortunately, I'd like to work my way up to it, but no. Jay?
Yeah, I've had a number of instances.
Do tell.
Well, there's been at least 3 times where I accidentally ended up at a gay bar not knowing it was a gay bar.
Why do you even use the word accident?
I hit on once at SantaCon.
How did you end up at a gay bar like 3 times without knowing you were going to a gay bar?
Well, when I moved to Williamsburg, I was just going into, whatever bars were in my neighborhood. I saw a bar called the Metropolitan, so I said, okay, I'll go into the Metropolitan, and like the first thing I see is like assless chaps, and I'm like, I think I'm in the wrong bar.
How many hours did you stay there?
4.5.
Okay.
And there was another one in Long Island where I don't know if that one's a gay bar or not. It was like a dance club or something, and in college, Brian and I always wore shiny shirts, and I think the combination of the dance club and the shiny shirt did not, it worked for him.
Jay's like, I was just hanging out in Chelsea, going from bar to bar, as you do. It turns out every one of them.
Who would have thought, right? On Christopher Street.
Mm-hmm.
Second part of Alan's question. As a black man, I get asked sometimes to cuck some white men. Some of their wives are fucking sexy as fuck. Should I do this, guys? Mark, what's it like from a white guy point of view?
I only can tell you what it's like from a white girl point of view. I'm going to say that doesn't actually happen to him. Does that happen outside of the world of porn?
I mean, I doubt some guys are asking you to fuck their wives. I think it might be funny if somebody was asking you to fuck somebody else's wife.
Right.
I can see that scenario happening.
What? What?
Like if Bri went up to some big black dude and said, I really want you to cuck Mark's wife.
Oh, I see.
People are just like sending it like, I'm calling up, I'm like, hey, black dude, could you go to my friend's house in Astoria and fuck his girl?
It's this network of just like, hey, fuck that person, fuck that person. I think that stuff goes on.
I'm sure it does, but I can't see somebody being happy about that.
Mm.
Like I can't. Well, I don't know. Maybe that would turn somebody on. I don't know why. I don't know why it would.
There's all kinds of stuff out there.
Yeah.
If you found that was happening to Donald Trump, would that be like the greatest day in American history?
Well, it'd show he's
that was the thing that came out.
It would show he's very cool racially. Last part of his question. Jay, I understand seeing her girlfriend's parents and not understanding them. I had a Spanish girlfriend after I left university. I went to Spain and learned Spanish as a gift. Her parents were calling me a cunt and insulting me when my girlfriend couldn't hear. Just as we were leaving, I told them I knew Spanish, and their faces were in shock. Holy shit.
Wow.
That sucks.
That's a pretty good one, actually.
Yeah, I'm glad you at least told them.
Well, you kind of have to tell them because you kind of want to like see the look on their face.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, if they're being assholes like that, that's fucked up.
That's fucked up shit.
Last email, thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com. Lorenzo writes, hey guys, what are your thoughts on hipster travelers? They are usually in their 20s, usually female, and they love banging on about their last trip to the Himalayas where they found some remote village and taught some poor kids with no eyes how to use Facebook. This is in no way a shot at Jay, as I don't consider him a hipster. So he is free to tell stories about foreign 7-Elevens all day.
Yeah.
So, did we talk about the kid that went to North Korea and like died already?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
What's a hipster woman look like?
She looks like a dude. That's what a hipster woman looks like.
Like, is it like Janine Garofalo?
I think it's the women that shave like one side of their hair.
Oh.
Well, would you go like this guy that went to North Korea to go it's awful that what happened to him, but like who goes to North Korea on to travel?
I didn't even think we could get in, like, as American could get into North Korea because it's like.
I think if you go on like an educational trip, I guess you can.
But why?
Yeah.
There's so many places to go that are interesting. Why would you even want to go there?
I mean, why would you go to North fucking Korea?
I mean,
like,
South Korea even seems really cool. Go there.
No, go there. I mean, North Korea, you're kind of like one of the you go.
I don't know. I heard they have really good 7-Elevens there.
You know, the North Korean 7-Elevens, when you ask for a Slurpee, they kill you.
When you ask for a Slurpee, they blow you.
South Korea, you could try and run into the Gangnam Style guy.
Yeah, I don't.
You'd be like, "Oh my God, you're the Gangnam Style." Do you know what the 7-Eleven is?
He probably works there.
What do you like? Don't you think that like going to North Korea is like the new is like a hipster thing to do? Like, I want to go see North Korea. That'd be like really cool to see North Korea. And while I'm there, they're gonna beat me to death.
I figured that was Cuba when Obama opened up Cuba.
I don't know. Cuba, I kind of would like to see.
Really?
Yeah, why not?
Probably like
It's supposed to be really nice.
75th on my list of places I want to see.
What are the other 74, Jay? Let's go with the rest of the show on this. Where would you? What's the top like 3 places you'd go to?
Probably Italy, Germany, and Ireland.
I went to Italy on my honeymoon.
Nice.
There you go, Jay. Get married.
Yeah, get married, dude.
Okay. As long as you put it that way.
Could we have your wedding on the next show?
Apparently, that's the only way you could go to Italy.
Are you getting married? We got married. If you didn't get married, you can't come here. Fine.
If you're single, get the fuck to France.
If you didn't get married, you have to go to North Korea. Oh, shit.
All right, that's it for emails. Twitter, we are Brink of Sanity 3. I forgot to ask for questions on there.
Would it matter? Have you ever gotten a question on our Twitter account? Does
Yeah.
anyone know we have a Twitter account?
Most people don't.
Have you posted on our Twitter account in the last year?
Um,
What's the last post you have on there?
Well, let me go to it and see. Well, my last post is our show is going live in 2 minutes.
Oh, there you go.
Posted that about 40 minutes ago. So see, it's a very up-to-date Twitter account.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm pulling up the Facebook questions. Why is my computer like freaking out?
So, Bri.
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
Would you trade? Like, who are you gonna trade? I feel like I would trade Lucas Duda. We have Dom Smith coming up anyway.
I hate Duda. I would kill him on the field if I could. I hate him so much.
I saw an article. They were suggesting the Mets, and I do not agree with this, but they were suggesting they would trade DeGrom because he's their most valuable asset. But
Houston was after him.
Yeah, but that seems kind of insane.
Yeah.
I mean,
if I get like 5 of their best prospects, maybe.
I heard something that
I have the question
DeGrom,
thread up.
He's pitching better lately because Smoltz. He talked to John Smoltz, and John Smoltz was like, "You should throw more between starts."
Yeah, I saw that too.
Which is why the fuck do we have a pitching coach? Why can't our pitching coach figure that shit out?
Because our pitching coach is Mr. Magoo.
Yeah, our pitching coach is like, you know what's a good idea? Why don't you guys go talk to John Smoltz?
He looks like Mr. Magoo, Jay.
He does kind of. So is our manager.
I hate Derek Collins.
Oh my God. Jay, like, how long are you taking to? Fine, let's talk about the Mets the rest of the time.
No. I have the questions.
I wouldn't trade Reed,
but
I would trade everybody else who was available.
By the way, do you know who's killing it? Granderson. Have you looked up Granderson's stats lately?
That's really interesting stuff.
Since May, he's been on fire. I don't know why April he can never hit.
Okay.
But
let's move on.
Do you want to move on to Michael Conforto or Jay Bruce?
The last Brink tweet, there was one of those slut accounts, and she wrote warning.
Slut accounts?
Yeah, where it's like the picture is like a hot girl, and like it's basically like a bot or spam account. And for some reason she sent us a message and said, "I'll moan and scratch your back," and so I quoted that and wrote pass. Jason writes, guys, Mark made a comment last show that really hurt me. He said he wants more immigrants in this country due to his self-white hate and hate for America. Why the fuck does Mark want to import more poverty when we already have a lot of poverty here? Is he out of his mind? Look at the fucking train in New York City at 8 a.m. More people can't even fit in it. Does he not say you have to have a fucking master's degree nowadays to make even a decent salary? Can he please reconsider that comment? I love America and I want to protect it and its residents, not bring more immigrants for Democratic votes.
Well, don't worry. The Supreme Court's going to uphold the travel ban.
Well, they uphold it. Well, yeah, we don't find out to the fall. What they did allow now is that if you don't have a connection to the U.S., you're not allowed to come here from those countries.
Okay.
That's what they allowed that part of the travel ban till October until they fully hear the this.
They're gonna uphold it.
They probably will. They're probably like, we're not going to allow them for the terrorist countries. We mean whatever the ones Trump named. I was this is podcast, NPR podcast called Hidden Brain, and they had a thing about terrorism. And in the last 5 years, do you know what percentage of terrorist attacks on U.S. soil have been occurred by Muslims?
In how many years?
Last 5 years, what percentage of terrorist attacks were by Muslims? It's not 0.
7.
It was 12%. So 88% of them were by white people and other like basically Muslims, and but like we only care about the Muslim attacks.
Well, what are we considering a terrorist attack?
Basically they had like a real definition for this. Like
basically any mass shooting, is that?
It wasn't just mass shooting, but it was like mass shooting, but like that was done to inflict terror. Where like they had, I forget they had a there was like an international definition.
That sounds like a really specific stat.
I don't know. It was like they compared. There was like these two attacks, and one was from a white supremacist group that said they wanted to like bring about giant overthrow America, and one was like a Muslim one, and like the white people like got like no news coverage, which is the Muslim ones. And they were saying how like basically if you're like a white person, you have to kill a lot more people to get news coverage than the white people do in these terrorist attacks. And how if the white person that they try not to call it a terrorist attack, the news media.
Well, yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah. If you blow up an abortion clinic, they're like, oh, and a random fire today. Like they can have a picture of a guy doing it.
So, Mark, you're saying you are pro-Muslim terror attacks?
Yes. I think the only way to grow our economy is you need more people to grow the economy. Immigration helps grow the country. I'm not in favor of people coming here to commit on going on welfare, but most people that come here end up contributing to our society. Our country is founded on immigration, on immigrants, and for the most part, they say when you get to the second generation of immigrants, the country benefits greatly versus how much they spend on the people. Most of the people coming here, they're trying to work, they're trying to better their lives, and not everyone has to like ride the 7 train with you, but they could be like.
But they
working.
do.
They definitely do, but they can't afford to live here either. So like, there's lots of parts of the U.S. where people can afford to live. Montana has 3 people living there. I'm sure you could add some immigrants there.
Oh, they would love that.
No one's more welcoming than Montana.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in favor. Are you guys against having more immigrants?
I am definitely against any type of illegal immigrants.
Why?
Well,
what if Paco and Taco will come here because they want to like have a better life for their kids? Country because there's drug wars going on in their town there's all this violence because of drugs going on in their town in Mexico because the American public has such a thirst for drugs that they have all this violence going on. They like risk their lives to get across the border to the U.S. trying to make a better life for their family, and you're gonna kick Paco and Taco out of here.
Yep. 7
you're a
trains
heartless
too
asshole.
Crowded, man.
That's fucked up, man.
7 trains too crowded.
No, the Paco and Taco can come here and they can start businesses and they can grow the economy.
They could, but they won't.
A lot of businesses in most of Silicon Valley is immigrants.
They're all murderers.
Google was founded by immigrants.
Google murders people.
It's probably true.
Okay, let's move on.
Bri, how do you feel about immigrants?
Oh, I don't care.
Yeah, I like Bri's stance on this better.
Jason writes, can Mark shut up with the we need immigrants arguments? Immigrants are getting hired in this country, drives down costs for residents or citizen salary. When immigrant is children in this country, they collect welfare, food stamps, Medicare, thus costing us money. When an immigrant's had a child here, it'll cause us, because we all know they love to produce, they sent them to school without paying property taxes, thus having 4 kids in a school for a house that pays only a one-family tax rate. Schools need maintained toilet paper, janitors for clean bathrooms, and so on. So Mark cut the crap. Unless you're a slumlord or construction contractor and wants immigrants for cheap labor, or a politician who wants a generation of votes, there is no reason to want immigrants and not focus on our own American residents and citizens. I feel like Jason feels really strongly about this.
Yeah, you think?
Wrong show.
He also writes, as a citizen, Jason and Bri and Mark, what advantages does having immigrants give us that we experience, as to say that affect us, besides Mark's low wage and no health benefits nanny?
Okay, first of all, our nanny's not low wage. Secondly, I believe she's a citizen. I hope she's a citizen.
She better be.
She better be. Immigrants help grow our economy. They all statistics point to us benefiting from having immigrants here. Whatever, like them coming here and being on welfare, overall our economy strongly benefits from having more immigration. You have more people, you create more jobs by having more people.
Eros writes, immigrants do the jobs Americans don't want to do, said all Mark's Cornell white privilege.
Do we have any
fucks.
questions that aren't about immigrants?
Eros writes, what's the point of raising the United States minimum wage salary if we keep being relaxed on immigrants? Okay. Last question from Eros. I don't think it's the immigrants' fault that the Jews voters' fault if we had a law. We need to move on from immigrants. I'm sorry.
It's not the Jews' fault that they have all the money.
Rosero writes, the PlayStation VR is fucking amazing. You guys should try Batman Arkham Knight. It's the shit. That's the way the future. Have you guys tried virtual reality video games?
No.
No, but can I go to Best Buy and try them?
I don't
Probably,
think so.
right?
They're probably made by immigrants, though, so I don't know if I want to try one.
I would, like, Best Buy lets you try those things, I imagine. Jay, you gotta get. Why don't you get that and we can all come over your house and try and play it?
No, that sounds good. It's only like $600.
Is it $600?
I don't know.
Jay, you're the tax man. You figure out how to get it for cheap.
Jay, what's your investment advice for the week? How's your investments doing?
Oh, well, last week I bought AMD, and then it went down 50 cents, so I panicked and sold it, and then the next day it went up 70 cents. So then I bought it again. Lost a bunch of money on that, but I stuck with it, and now I'm making money with it.
So your strategy was to react immediately to the market?
Yeah.
Instead of playing the long game, you're playing the 60-second game?
Yes.
It's down 12 cents. Sell it. It's up 12 cents. I'll buy it.
Do not recommend doing that.
So what is it at now? What did you buy it at?
I bought it...
Second time.
I bought it at like $12.70, and then it went up to like $13.50, and then I bought a little more, and it went up to $14.05.
Oh, you're killing it.
Yeah. So that worked out pretty good.
Are you gonna how long are you gonna hold it for?
A while. I mean, people are saying it's gonna top out at like 16.5, so I'll see if they're right.
Okay. Are you gonna hold it for years or like months?
I haven't decided yet. I think I might do what you were saying, the S&P
index fund.
Index funds, because my other coworker said to do that too.
Yeah, because they don't charge. They charge very little, and you're probably not going to beat the market.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they have all these really, really rich and smart people who are trying to beat the market. Most of the time, they don't beat the market, and I'm a moron, so there's no chance of me be like, am I going to be beat? I want to beat the rich and smart people. That's how I look at it.
Reserve.
Wait, an additional question. Is there, Mr. Taxman, a benefit to holding the stock longer?
Well, I mean, most good stocks go up over time.
Is there a tax benefit to holding it long? Do you really not know this?
The tax benefit?
Yeah, is there a tax benefit for holding a stock longer?
Well, time value of money. You don't get taxed on it immediately.
I was thinking of that. If you have to hold it, if you hold a stock for a year or longer, you pay a lower tax rate on it. Do you not know that?
No, I don't know that.
The short-term versus long-term losses, or short-term versus long-term gains. Anything under a year is considered a short-term gain, and they tax it at a higher tax rate.
Oh.
Could I just pass your CPA exam?
They didn't. I didn't get to the stocks section of it.
Okay, well, now you have a helpful head start.
I know nothing about stocks. I really should just skip to that section.
Ryan, did you know that?
I wasn't listening.
Okay, cool.
But probably not. I don't know anything about stocks.
Rosaire writes, last
taxes.
week, Mark got a poor woman fired. I bet that woman is worried sick about her bills and rent coming up, not to mention the stain in her record for getting fired. How does Mark sleep at night? It's okay. I can't wait till his kids reach teenage stage and rebel hard. Mark, you're a liberal great cause. You have a lot of black guys in your house who came to study. Wink, wink.
In my defense, the whole class was a book club where they were supposed to be reading books, and they never read books in class. So I asked, why aren't they reading books? And the teacher got fired. I didn't fire the teacher. I just asked, why the hell am I paying for a class when there's no reading, when the entire purpose of the class was reading? It's literally called book club, and there's no books. Would you guys call and complain?
Yeah.
Would you feel bad if the woman got fired after you complained?
No.
Yeah, so I'm good. Wait, you, Brian. Are you listening now?
I'm listening. I mean, I wouldn't lose. I don't sleep at night anyway, so I wouldn't lose any sleep if the lady got fired.
I mean, if you're not doing your job, then you should get fired.
Should we judge how good our episode is depending on how engaged Bri is? If we're boring Bri, then it can't be a good show.
I was reading something, sorry.
Rosaire writes, what's the worst customer service you ever had?
Probably when those gay guys were hitting on me last week.
Why was that bad customer service? Shouldn't they be better customer service? Shouldn't they throw things in for you, Bri?
Well,
yeah, you definitely wanted to throw something in.
Made me very uncomfortable.
Where were you?
Was that a gunshot?
You were at a gun shop with a gay guy? Was
No, I think I just heard a gunshot. I was at Walgreens.
If there's a drive-by shooting, which just I don't know why that would occur,
just happened,
and Bri gets shot, do we still release the episode, Jay?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Part 2 would have to be in my hospital room after I'm recovering.
Yeah, exactly.
Or your funeral, whichever.
Mm.
Where were you that the gay guy hit on you?
One was Walgreens, and the other one was I was picking up wings from somewhere, local place.
Could we cut to you at Walgreens?
Take it away.
Hi. Did you buy stuff with us today? Do you need?
Yeah, I bought these extra large condoms and yeah.
Oh.
And soap on a rope.
Oh, that's so nice. Do you want to pay with your balls in my mouth?
Do I get the employee discount?
Oh, yes.
Sure,
yes.
Ring me up.
Okay. You'll have to take off your pants for
Worst customer service. Mine, I think, was at Fridays in Times Square.
What did they do?
I told them I was in a hurry, and it took like a half hour anyway for the food to show up, and then when it did, the burger was literally raw in the middle. Like, I'm talking like ice cold. I think the French fries weren't even cooked, and like everything was just raw. And then we told the waiter, and he's just like, oh. And then he just like walks away. Like, you know how they come over and say, is everything okay? I'm like, no, like my food isn't even cooked. He's just like, oh. And then he like came back with the bill.
He didn't like fix it?
No, he didn't fix it at all.
What did you say? Yes. You said, here's your 15% tip. I'll see you later.
No, I was Brino's Nicole Pagefort.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was with her and she like threw a fit.
Oh, and then so
she could throw a fit, all right.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
He basically explained it was like his first day and he didn't know what to do when the chef doesn't cook food, which is a reasonable thing because that probably shouldn't happen very often.
I mean, but like, wouldn't you be like, oh, this could be a problem?
Yeah,
so do you think you got?
He kind of like went into shock. Like he was just kind of like, oh shit, like I don't know how to handle this, and like froze, which is not a good sign for being a waiter. You know?
Yeah.
How
my parents once, like 10, 15 years ago, were out at, I think it was either Fridays or Chili's. They went out to dinner and their waiter quit midway through while they were eating.
Wow.
And like, so they were there for like an hour, and they were just like, they had no idea what was going on, and they're just sitting there, and like, they're like, well, are we ever gonna get our check, whatever. And then the manager comes over, and he's like, and my dad was like, can you get our waiter? And they're like, he doesn't work here anymore. And so like, so they were there for like an extra like hour and a half, and like the guy gave him like a free like cookie dessert or something.
Well, like, why did nobody else in the restaurant come over?
I don't know. They were just there, and they're not ones to speak up or anything. So they're just kind of sitting there, whatever. And then all of a sudden, they realize, like, hey, we've been sitting here for like an hour. And the guy walked by and like, can you get a waiter? And they're like, he's not here anymore. Like, what do you mean he's not here anymore? Is his shift over? I quit. He just walked out.
You have to say, as a waiter, that's probably like the best way to quit. Like, so I'm gonna wait till the busiest time of night, take a bunch of orders, and then quit. There's no really better way to quit.
Probably not. Not as a waiter, no.
Yeah.
Liam writes.
What's a job you can quit like midway? Like, can you as a bus driver, like at one of the pickups, just get off and quit?
Just at the stop closest to your house, you just get out of the bus and go into your apartment, and everyone's just sitting in the bus.
Oh my God. When we went to Mark, when I went to Washington for the Mets game last 2 months ago, we were on a bus. We took a bus there, right? So we're coming home. It's like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock. It's like 9:30. We're coming through like New York, and we're stuck in all this traffic. So the bus driver gets off an exit on somewhere, I think in Brooklyn. I don't know where the fuck we were. And we come off the highway, and we're at a light, and this guy just yells out, "Hey, can you open the door? My apartment's right there." And the guy was like, really? And he's like, yeah, like, this is where I live. Like, I don't need to go all the way back to Citi Field just to take the train back. So we get to a red light, and the guy jumps out. And then two people from the back are like, yeah, we're getting out too. And like, all of a sudden, all these people just got out in the middle of the fucking city. And my dad was like, what are these people doing? I was like, well, if they live here, why do they have to take an hour train ride back? And he's like, well, what about their cars? And I'm like, well, they'll get towed. Who cares? And then, like, it happened, like, so, I don't know, we're going through, I don't know, wherever we were, and it had another light, and the guy's like, yeah, I'll get out, and the bus driver was just like, what the fuck is going on?
Have you taken, like, the mega buses, the mega bus, you know what that is?
I've seen them, yeah, I've never taken one.
I took one in Boston.
I take it, like, they can take it to D.C. or Boston, whatever, and I've done that where they drop you off at a certain point in the city, and it's like, it's going, by where you live, and I've wanted to get out, but I've never actually been like, hey, can you let me out? But now I'm going to do that. That's
my building. I was like, what?
That's awesome.
It was great. It was so funny.
You know what you should have done? You should have been like, hey, I just wanted to pick up a pizza there. Do you mind waiting? That's not my building, but that's a good hot dog stand. I'll be right back.
The bus driver's like, get out before the light's green. It was like, all right.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Is that best customer service if you're those guys?
I guess.
Liam writes, have you guys ever tried city bikes? I am seeing them pop up everywhere.
I was going to try. I saw it when I was in Boston like a couple years ago, and I always say like, yeah, I would do that. But then I'm like, I'm too fucking lazy to ride a bike. Like, what am I going to do? Ride it in the summer, get all sweaty and hot? And I'm not going to do it in the winter, so I'll never do it.
Well, two things about that. First, do you carry a helmet with you everywhere? Like, you have to go, like, I know you don't, but I'm saying, like, you have to go there, like, carrying your, like, do you...
Is that a law? You have to wear a bike helmet?
I don't know, but most people do. Like, do you wear a bike helmet? I would wear a bike helmet.
No, I went my whole...
bike.
I did way more dangerous shit as a kid without a helmet. I'm not going to wear a helmet riding a bike now.
Well, I think if I ride in New York City, I want to wear a helmet, because in New York City, I'm, like, scared to death to ride a bike.
Well, that was my next thing. I want to get a bike, and I want to start riding a bike, but I would never do it in the city.
I ride. I mean, since I'm in the suburbs, I can ride around the suburbs. But even in the suburbs, I'm a little nervous when cars are next to me. In the city, I was like, okay, this is how I'm gonna die.
Yeah, no, I like the idea, but I would be way too nervous riding around the city.
Yeah.
Well, I've done ride. Have you ever ridden in Central Park?
No.
You can go in Central Park and not get hit by a car. That's pretty much the only place I've ridden a bike.
Yeah, that's nice, but Central Park's not going to get me to where I want to be.
Yeah, exactly. When I'm in Central Park, I already went there to be in Central Park. I don't need to ride a bike around it.
What if your goal was to get to 6 miles in a loop? Because then you could keep going in 6 miles.
Yeah, I guess if my daily goal is to ride in a big circle, then...
Yeah, there you go. If you want to ride in a big circle, Central Park is perfect for you.
Liam writes, what is the biggest mistake you made in your life in terms of costing you most time and money? Mine was spending $8,000 on a Tag Heuer watch 5 years ago is now worth less than $1,000.
Wait. Why? You spent how much money on a watch?
$8,000.
Why is I don't know why it went down in value either, but why the fuck would you spend $8,000 on a watch?
Next time, give me $8,000 and I'll tell you what time it is.
What's the most you've ever spent on a watch?
$25.
0.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a few watches, but they've all been gifts.
What's your most expensive watch, Jay?
80.
Yeah, that seems. Why would you want an $8,000? There's no way he bought an $8,000 watch.
I don't know. I have a friend who. Yeah, that's really.
Unless he was trying to get laid.
I have a friend who collects watches, and all his watches are between $200 and $500, and he's got a dozen watches.
Is your friend an asshole?
I mean, I don't get it personally.
Why do the watches go down in value too? I guess do they? Is it like a used car?
I mean, I think anything goes down in value.
But is it like an investment? I don't understand. He spent $8,000 on it, expecting it to go up in price.
I don't think he was expecting it to go up in price. I just guess he didn't think it would end up being worth nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think they. I had no idea that watches had value or lost value or.
Mine was probably not taking undergrad seriously. I ended up just wasting tens of thousands of dollars.
Jay, do you think you should have invested your investment account all in a watch instead of a AMD?
Just you could buy Big Ben.
Jay just comes to the show. They're like, Jay, what did you invest in? A watch.
Jay's like Flava Flav with watches hooked up his arm.
You're like, wait, Jay, you mean the stock of a watch company? No, just a watch.
One big around the neck clock like Flavor Flav.
Yeah, I guess my education would probably be my worst investment. I would agree with that.
Mine is my home.
Why is that?
Why is that, Jabri?
Because I bought it to. If I waited 6 months, I could have got it for a third of 2/3 of the price I paid for it. Because right after I bought it, the bubble burst.
But that's not something you could have seen coming, though.
Yeah.
But isn't the value back up now?
No, not where I live. It's
the neighborhood went to shit.
Yeah.
I think for me, the Ant Kingdom I bought, the value has stayed steady. So. Yeah, I don't know. I guess my education would be my worst investment.
That's until you find out your next infestation in your attic or something.
Oh God.
Maybe your house will take over.
Yeah, no, my house will take over. My house costs more than my education. So, Jay, do you consider what about your business school degree? Is that a worthwhile investment?
To be determined.
About that accountant test prep course you're taking.
That's also to be determined. I just registered for the next test. That cost me $400. That was a good feeling.
Oh God. Wait, is it costing you $400 every time you take one of these tests?
It might be.
So you take it.
The price should go up every time you don't pass. Next one should be $600.
Or maybe the price should go down because they feel bad for you.
No, motivation.
No, they're like, Jay, at this point it's like $12 for the next exam. We just feel terrible for you. What how many tests have you taken now? You've taken 3 of them, right?
I've tried 2 different parts.
Well, how many total exams have you taken?
4.
Have you passed any?
Well, I'm still waiting on my grade for one of them.
So you'll spend $1,600 to pass one of them?
I'm no accountant, but that's not a good investment.
It's a little less because the first 2 I registered for at the same time, so it's a little cheaper. But yeah,
why
$3.99?
Why you just register for them all at the same time then?
Because you can only take them a certain amount of time out. So you gotta make sure you're like ready to take the next part. Like
sounds very complicated.
Yeah, it is.
How is studying going so far for the next one?
The material I'm doing okay in. It's so much. It's like absolutely ridiculous.
Are you taking one that you already took?
No, taking a new one. It's the longest part. Like the last part I took said estimated study hours 90. This one says 150.
And when's the test?
August 18th.
Holy shit, that's pretty soon, dude.
And when do you get your results for the other one?
August 22nd.
Oh, so that'd be a good week.
Yeah. So they Saturday I studied for 4 hours, and there's 10 sections in this, and it said I did 10% of one of the sections.
Why don't you study for like 24 hours on Saturday?
Apparently that's what I needed to do.
Yeah, just get in all the hours like faster.
Well, I mean, at that rate, I still only would have gotten like 50% of one section done.
So why don't you just take a week off? I think, what is there, 168 hours in a week. So in 1 week you'll be done studying.
That sounds reasonable.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Liam writes, what are your guys' future plans to make money or open up a business? Do you plan on working till you're old and your back is messed up? Speaking to Jason and Bry, since Mark's kids won't leave the house till they are 27 due to the economic turn the United States has taken and technology advances.
I don't really have a plan.
I thought when Jay hits it big with AMD stock, he would just let us live in his like mansion.
I mean, I feel like at this point I screwed up so bad. There's not a chance I am not going to be working until I'm old unless I win the lotto or something.
Mm.
The lotto's a pretty good plan, though.
I play it twice a week just in case.
Do you play it? Which one do you play?
Mega Millions, Powerball, and New York Lotto. Twice a week.
What if you just give me the money and I tell you didn't win each week?
I mean, so far we would be pretty even.
And then at the end I was like, here's your $100 back, Jay. And you're like, oh, this is better than the lotto.
Jason writes, Mark says immigrants pay taxes, for the garbage that gets picked up. Sanitation passes through their residence, too. Do we want to go through a whole nother? This is like a
not really.
Jay, do you want to invest your $10,000 in the Netflix for underwear?
John writes, what is your favorite casino game?
I'm awake.
Yeah, Bri. This is like your go for it, Bri.
I play a bunch of the dopey table games that are all sucker bets, but I like Mississippi Stud. I like 3-card poker, crisscross poker, high card flush.
Are we supposed to guess which one of those is real and which one's not?
They're all real.
I know. I haven't heard of like 3/4 of those. I went with my buddy Matt, and he played Caribbean Stud, which looked like the worst game ever.
Oh, I hate that game.
Mark, do you know that one?
No, I don't know any. I played craps. I played blackjack. I don't know the
Caribbean Stud is it's like a 5-card poker hand, but basically it was $10 a hand. So he paid $10, and then they flip over the 5 cards, and then it says you lose, and that's it. It's that quick.
You got to double your bet. It's a shitty game to play because if you bet if your ante is 5, then you got to make it 10 if you want to play, or if it's 10 you got to make it 20, and the dealer always fucking wins. It's amazing.
Well, yeah, I mean,
they show you one of the cards too, and you get 5 cards, dealer gets 5 cards. They turn over one of the dealer cards before you could bet, and you always fucking lose. You get a pair, you lose the 2 pair.
He lost $40 in 45 seconds, and I'm like, why do you even play that game? It's stupid.
My dad used to play that game a lot. It was like one of the first games I played when I used to go to the casino, and then they used to have there's like a big progressive jackpot on it. That's the only reason I would ever play it. But
Which ones do you win, Bri? When you have like a good night, which ones
I had a good day last week. I won like $3,000.
Whoa,
Nice.
that's pretty good. What were you playing?
I was playing Mississippi Stud.
So what is Mississippi Stud?
Mississippi Stud. I like the games where you're playing with the dealer and not where you have to beat them. So you get 2 cards. First, you got to make a. There's like 4 different. There's like a couple of side bets and everything, but the game basically is you get 2 cards, and then the dealer gets 3 cards. So you look at your 2 cards and you make a bet. Then the dealer turns over 1 card at a time, and every time they turn over a card, you make a bet. If you get a pair of 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, or 10s, you push. So you tie. You don't lose any money for the whole hand. If you get jacks or better, you win. And then if you get 2 pair, you win 2-1. But here's the kicker. So if you get say in my hand I get a pair of 8s, you can triple your bets. So if you start out and so if you're playing a $5 table, you put $5 down. You look at your cards, you get like a pair of 8s or a pair of 10s or a pair of jacks. You triple your bet on all the spots. So then you put down 15, 15, and 15, and you automatically win. And then as your hand gets better, you can win more. So like you could start out with like a $5 bet and end up winning like $250 on a hand.
Jay, would you think I'm really stupid if I didn't follow what Brian just said?
No, because then I would also think myself was really stupid.
I have no idea what you just said.
You could play it online for free. It's very easy.
Oh, gambling for free. That must be really fun.
Well, no, it's not gambling. I mean, it's just to learn how to play all the games. That's how I do it, so I know what I want to play.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a 5 card. You use your 2 cards and the dealer's 3 cards. The dealer turns their cards over one at a time, and then as soon as you have a pair, then you can't, you can't lose.
Why not just play blackjack?
I don't like blackjack because I piss people off at blackjack because I just don't know when to hit and when to stay, and people get mad at me. And I'm like, fuck you, it's my money. I can do what I want.
Yeah, exactly.
You play craps at all?
I played craps in Vegas. I liked it, but then by the time I got home from Vegas, I forgot how to play it, so I haven't played it.
I played it once, and like when I think I was like someone explained to me how to play it. It was like fun because you were playing it for a while, but then I don't remember how to play that game.
I kind of remember, but like I don't like playing when there's like 40 people around, like, because I don't know what I'm doing.
One of my buddies is living off of his poker winnings.
Really?
Yeah, he plays online Hold'em, and he wins regularly, and he just lives off of that.
I'm still too chicken to go into the poker room at the casino, even though I know people that go in all the time. But
it's so intimidating. I told that story already. It was ridiculous.
How much do you think your buddy makes like playing poker?
Well, he posts screenshots. He'll enter like $25 games and then win like $900. And he plays 4 games at once. Like when I was living with him, he was doing that. He would have a game in each quadrant of his screen, and I don't know. The other day he posted a screenshot of 5 games where he finished in the top 5 and won like over 900 each one.
My stepbrother had this friend who I met who would like basically he'd play online poker, but he would do it in different countries. Like he'd go live in like Thailand for like 6 months and play online poker there. Then he'd go live in South America and play online poker there for like 6 months. And apparently like he was making a good, like he said his parents were like, they were like, what are you doing with your life? Then they saw how much he was making, and they were like, okay, go for it.
I never trust online poker because I'm always afraid if I go into like an online poker room, it's like one guy with 7 screens playing the same table as me and me.
No, I mean it's a good.
Or like 6 people.
Yeah. I would totally.
Like remember Jay, you and I did that once at school. We were playing like on Yahoo Poker, and we were in the same room.
Yeah.
He said that like different countries had like more relaxed laws about playing online. He would meet people playing online and then like go like stay with them or like hang out with them in different countries, which also was kind of crazy. But that's kind of cool if you could like make a living playing poker.
Yeah, could be worse. We're almost done with questions here. John writes, "What is your favorite '80s film?" I like Die Hard.
Jay, you like Die Hard, or the question likes Die Hard?
The questioner, John likes Die Hard.
Die Hard's a pretty good '80s movie. I would say that's pretty much. I don't know why. Like I think Die Hard's the greatest action movie of all time. Would you guys agree or disagree?
Disagree.
What's better?
The Rock.
I never saw The Rock.
I would tie it with The Rock. I think The Rock is a really great one. Also, I think Die Hard came first, but they're both. I put them they're like the first tier of action movies. Brian, is there any movie you've ever seen?
One of these days I have to see The Rock. Yeah.
Rock's great.
Yeah, I like Die Hard. Die Hard's probably a good choice.
I mean, I like Terminator, Predator, Beetlejuice.
I never saw either of those.
Beetlejuice is good. Yeah.
Beetlejuice is up there.
If I had to pick one, though, I like Die Hard. Be a pretty solid choice. It's better than E.T.
E.T. was kind of a buzzkill.
Goonies.
Stand By Me.
Stand By Me. Yeah.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
That's my all-time favorite comedy. Yeah.
Stand By Me. That's a good choice.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles still holds up. I watched it recently.
Mm.
Are you guys
Back to the Future?
Ooh,
yeah, you're a big.
Actually, last week I watched Back to the Future too.
I like 2 a lot. They're all good, but I think I might like 2 the best.
Yeah, I haven't seen 3 since it came out, so I'm gonna watch that soon.
Jay, are you gonna go see Wonder Woman?
No.
No? But it's a superhero movie. You love superhero movies.
I already told you I don't like DC movies.
Oh.
I don't like DC characters.
How do you know it's DC?
Because all the DC characters are just normal.
It's supposed to be a good one.
Yeah, I know. It's supposed to be really good. Don't care.
Brian, you gonna see it?
No.
After they screwed up Suicide Squad, I have no faith in them.
Was that really bad?
It was pretty bad. It was like a Will Smith movie. And he was Deadshot. Who the hell gives a crap about Deadshot?
They had all like the posters and stuff made it look like it'd be a cool movie, and all the commercials.
Yep, and all the trailers. Yeah, no, it wasn't very good at all.
Yeah. I was kind of interested in seeing it, but I heard that the reviews were horrible.
Yeah, it was pretty not good.
How far are you Justified?
Episode 2 of season 6.
Is that the last season?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right,
that was okay.
I thought it was a good closeout season, I thought.
Well, you know what I just started watching literally like yesterday is I'm Dying Up Here.
I watched the first episode and didn't really like it. Did you like it?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, it's nothing great, but I mean, it's just kind of like an interesting, like, kind of time capsule type of show.
It's a new show from Showtime.
It's about like late 70s, early 80s stand-up comedy in L.A. Jim Carrey was one of the people who created it, I guess.
I don't know. Let me know if it gets good. I was just like, I kind of just got bored with it. It just felt very like. Did you watch that show Vinyl on HBO?
No, but I heard it. I mean, I've heard mixed things about that one.
It reminded me of that show. Like, it wasn't like it was just like.
Because it was like the same period, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the same period. It was just like.
Yeah.
I don't know, something about it was like too much. Like I was like, for a comedy show, it should be less drama, just more about like it should be funnier.
Yeah. Yeah, there's really not a lot of comedy in it.
Yeah, I think at one point, like a guy goes like something like, well, I'll never have those 5 minutes back of my life, and she's like, do you even really need like those 5 minutes of your life were kind of worthless anyway, or something.
Yeah.
It was like the best line of the whole episode.
What else am I? I've been watching Veep. That just ended.
Did you ever watch Ray Donovan?
No, I should, but I haven't.
I've just
That's
started
been on
that
for a long time, huh?
Yeah. It's been on for a long time, but you can download Showtime. So I watch it on the train. So I'm like four episodes into that show. I just started watching it. It's not bad.
You guys don't watch Fargo, do you?
No.
I watched
that was really good.
Was it? I watched the first season, but I haven't watched since. I heard the second season was supposed to be great.
The second season was really good. This season was really good too. But it's not like continuous. They're not like. They actually kind of go back in time. Like you almost have to watch them like in reverse. But I like it. It was really good. I liked it.
Where can you watch it though? Like if you're not watching it on TV, they show it anywhere? Is it on Netflix?
FX on demand? I don't know. It's FX, so I don't know where all their stuff goes. And The Americans, I watched that too.
Yeah, that one I haven't watched yet.
That's the best show that nobody I know watches.
I've heard it's really good, but some people at work said it gets kind of like it's gotten a little more lame now.
It's a little tedious at times, but
great show overall.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's check it out.
It's one of those shows you really have to like pay attention to.
I have a list of shows I'm going to watch. Like so, I finished Sons of Anarchy. I'm doing Grey Donovan now. I think I'm going to watch Narcos next, the Netflix drug one, and then I'll watch The Americans.
You got to find Brockmire and watch that.
Oh yeah, that's not. I can't seem to watch anything that's actually just on TV.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't have IFC, so I don't really know where to watch it.
Jay, you got to find out. You'll like it.
What?
We talked about it last show, right, Jay? Were you here?
What show?
Brockmire.
Oh, okay.
The one with Hank Azaria.
Yeah.
No, that was lost.
I mean, it just like the first 5 minutes are him just having like a drunken meltdown, like announcing the game. I mean, it's worth it just to watch that.
I think we've now lost Jay.
So John writes, "What is your favorite British film?"
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yeah, that was my answer too.
Yeah, there you go.
Jaime writes, "So Mark, the Mets are looking to trade an open house. Who do you think they're going to get rid of? Don't worry, I'm going to keep on asking Mets questions. Mets podcast."
I'm gonna say Duda and Bruce get traded. What do you think?
Yeah, probably. And then they shouldn't trade Reed, but I think they will trade Reed.
Yeah, they could trade. The thing is, we want to compete next year, so you kind of want to have Reed back.
Yeah, you need the bullpen guys, or else you're going to have Reed's the only good guy in the bullpen. So if you come back with the bullpen next year without Reed, like you're just going to end up blowing games again.
Like the outfield, we should keep Conforto and Cespedes and get a center fielder.
Yeah.
Granderson has to be gone. They're going to trade. They should trade Granderson at the.
Well, it's the last year of his contract anyway, so he's not coming back. So.
Well, it's the same last year of Jay Bruce. Bruce is having a monster year, but you still kind of feel like you got to trade him though to get some prospects.
Yeah.
Jaime writes, "Jay, did you ever find out your grade? And if not, start studying." They told me I will find out my grade August 22nd. So yes, I am studying for the next part.
If you fail this one, and you fail, then like when would you stop taking the exam?
Never.
I don't even want to entertain the thought of that happening.
Let's just entertain this. At what point would you give up, Jay?
Probably at that point.
So August 23rd would be the Suicide Show?
Yeah. Live. Jaime writes, "Hey Jay, I say
would you what physical ailments would you take to like pass the exam? Like what if like you could pass the exams, but you have to gain an extra 100 pounds? Would you do that?
No.
50 pounds?
No.
30?
Jay, why so vain?
Jay, you could lose the 30 pounds thereafter, but would you take 30 pounds to pass the exam?
No.
Oh, okay. Would you grow back your uvula?
AKA get
Jay,
my
why don't
sleep
you start
apnea
writing
back.
bad Yelp reviews for all these testing places, and then maybe they'll just pass you.
Dear exam, you sucked. I could pass you. And it's like, and they let Jay pass. They're like, please take your Yelp review down. No, you didn't let me pass. Fine, we'll let you pass this time. And like Jay goes in to take like a new exam. They make it extra easy. It's like taxes are good or bad. And Jay's like, this is the whole exam. Just check good so you can pass. You can take a Yelp review.
Jaime writes, "Hey Jay, I saw you were brushing your pussy on live stream during the draft. Did you enjoy it as much as he did?"
Brushing your pushy? Ugh.
Yeah, my cat jumped on my lap during the last episode of the Knicks podcast.
Oh, that's funny.
Mark, what is your favorite thing to wake up to when you were a kid on Saturday morning?
Saturday morning cartoons. I was really big into like being up at like for the 8 o'clock cartoons, and I'd be really frustrated if I woke up and saw like the 7:30 cartoons because they weren't very good. I'd get so excited for the 8 o'clock ones to start.
Apparently, he doesn't care what Brian I think so.
Yeah, I guess not.
What about you guys? I'm asking. I'm curious.
Yeah, it was definitely the Saturday morning cartoons. I think there were a few good ones earlier than 8.
Why did they do away? Well, I didn't have cable, so I only had the network. I only had growing up like until
Cartoon
I was
Express USA, baby.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't have that until I was in high school. We didn't have cable till high school because my parents just hated us. So
no, the networks had all the good ones.
Saturday morning cartoons was awesome though. I remember like Scooby Doo and like Scooby Doo with kids or whatever started at 8 in the morning. That's when my day I would be very excited.
I hated when they had Scrappy Doo.
Yeah, I was a big fan.
Oh, even as a kid, I was like, "Fuck Scrappy, he sucks."
And then 11 o'clock, Saved by the Bell. I was watching the Cool Show.
Oh yeah.
I watched.
I was always looking for Muppet Babies. I think it was on like at 9:30.
I like Muppet Babies a lot. That was a good one. I don't know why they do away with Saturday morning cartoons.
I don't know. Dungeons and Dragons was really good. You ever watch that?
I don't remember. That one doesn't really stand out to me.
I don't remember that being on.
It was like a group of kids who get sucked into like real life Dungeons and Dragons. So like they're getting chased by like actual
torture porn.
Orcs and dragons and stuff. It was kind of funny.
So, I'm really excited when I wake up.
Jay, that was your dad's snuff film you were watching every Saturday morning.
Saturday morning's torture porn. Oh, Daddy, do we have to watch this again? Oh, God.
You guys took that to a real dark place. The real Ghostbusters.
Don't worry, son. Mommy's just playing dead in that video.
The real Ghostbusters was really good too.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, why do they have competing Ghostbusters?
Yeah, the one with the monkey sucked.
Which one was like the actual supposed to be like the real one?
Well, it depends because there was a 50s Ghostbusters movie that had a monkey. So that one was like making like the original movie, but then the one that's called The Real Ghostbusters was based on the 80s movie.
Wait, there's a 1950s Ghostbusters?
Yeah, and it had a monkey just like the cartoon.
Wait, the Ghostbusters movie that we all know, the 80s, was a remake?
Yeah. Mind blown. Now Mark's going to Google it because he doesn't believe me.
I didn't know that either. I'm not going to Google it, but...
Well, I have to... Jay's a liar, so...
Might be 60s.
Here we go with the lies.
But it definitely had a monkey as one of the Ghostbusters. Just Google like original Ghostbusters movie.
75. Why isn't anyone talking about the original 1975 Ghostbusters?
Probably because it was the worst thing ever. I didn't know it was.
Oh.
I'm sure the one with women was the worst one ever.
Yeah, that's true.
That was the worst one. There's a gorilla. It's not just a monkey; it's a giant gorilla. It looks like he's wearing a yarmulke.
Yeah, I had no idea. I didn't know it was 70s.
They made everything in the 70s.
Yeah.
They made everything terrible in the 70s.
Well, yeah.
Oh, it was a TV series. That's why.
Oh, it wasn't a.
Anyway, that is it for questions. You guys.
What did we learn? What did we learn today, guys?
We learned a bunch about that really convoluted poker game Bri plays.
I don't think I learned anything from what Bri said.
Fun game. You can make a lot of money on it.
I learned that Bri, I don't know. He plays really complicated games. How do you follow those games?
It's pretty easy. You just look at the cards and then you bet.
What are you up for the year? Like, what are you up or down since like January?
I could go online and probably find out, but I'm probably down.
Do you declare on your taxes, like your wins and losses, at the end of the year?
You have to win to declare losses. Like
you can't, like, if you lost $20,000, you can't just declare it against your regular income?
I don't think so. No, you have to have like won like something, like if you won like a jackpot or something, I think.
Do we have an expert on the show that can tell us that answer?
Not yet.
Jay, how do gambling losses get treated?
You have to declare the losses have to be like a percentage of your winnings or something.
You can deduct up to the extent of your gains.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that's lame.
Okay, so next week I will tell the Pat Cooper story.
Oh, tell it right now in like 30 seconds.
No, we got to go.
I'm going to be drinking for next show.
So next week, let's really do the Pat Cooper story.
Jay, you should like when we sign off and we're all gone, you should just record yourself saying the Pat Cooper story, so you can just like wedge it into something.
Yeah, I won't even tell you guys. It'll just be inserted into the episode next week.
Yeah, that we don't have to hear it, and then it's just like you got what you wanted.
Well, I figured you guys would get
who the hell Pat Cooper is.
Well, the whole point is I think you guys would find it really funny.
Do we find it even funnier just by not doing it?
I was thinking, what's funnier, hearing the story or you just keep not getting to tell the story?
Well, it's been 2 months, so I figured we got a bunch of laughs out of it.
Yeah, it's like ages, it's like aged like wine.
Okay, so thanks for listening, everybody, and we will be back next week.
Bye. I love